music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review, well, my recap of season 4, episode 2 of Power. Trying to trying to review the episodes from last season leading up to season 5, which I am so excited about. And I think I watched every episode. I'm like, damn, I can't remember all the stuff that happened. So that is why I'm doing a whole recap and everything. So, episode 2 starts off with the aftermath of the correctional officers beating them ghosts or whatever, and he trying to just deal with the morning after. Of course, he's like pissing blood, he's oh so sore, and he kind of can't do anything about the whole situation. We segue from that to even being at the house and seeing how Tariq is assuming his dad is guilty because he was arrested. Like him saying he probably did that shit. I'm like, first of all, boy, watch him off, okay? And I'm like, why hasn't Tasha snatched his ass up and say, boy, shut up, daddy ain't do nothing? But she just says, like, look, he didn't do anything, okay? He's being framed, and I also need you and your sister Raina to not speak on anything that's going on, because anyone can try to use anything that we say or do against us or your father. So it's kind of be cool, be calm, be collected, and if anyone asks about if you ever heard someone call them ghosts, no, don't call them ghosts, do not mention ghosts, just don't say nothing, and just kind of be on your best behavior, okay? Just do that. Right, like, is he gonna be okay? Like, he's gonna be okay in jail? She's like, your dad will be fine in jail, he'll be okay. He'll be home eventually. And then we do see at the school, she's dropping him off or whatever, and she's like, we just need to all sit together, be a family. Remember, don't call your dad ghost. I kept wondering why she was like, don't call your dad ghost, because they don't call him ghost. I guess that's her way of just saying, don't refer to him or say you've heard anyone refer to him as ghost, because that's the killer. And we see in the school, Tariq is pissed off or whatever, and he's like, well, I don't really care, let's do this stupid. And Raina like, why are you being an asshole? Like, what is wrong with you? And he's like, just shut up, you're just dumb for believing that didn't do anything. And then what is he doing? He called him Kanan. And Kanan's an asshole. I can't think of saying it any other way. And when he's like, my dad's still arrested or whatever, I think, do you think he did? He like, whatever they say he did that shit. And Tariq is just believing it. He goes and tells his mom how dad did do it. I don't care. He's telling Raina, you dumb for believing that they innocent. And Kanan is in his ear still saying like, he did it. And Tariq is being young and stupid and is believing him. We do see they also meet up later, and Kanan is showing him how to break into houses. And I'm like, don't you know this is just bad things to do? You can't be that much of an idiot. And in the car when Tariq was talking to his mom said, your dad in an old neighborhood, there was a lot of bad people. Like even this one guy named Kanan. Have you ever heard of Kanan? He said, no, I never heard of him. So when Tariq is not meeting up with Kanan, asking Kanan, who think is Slim, like, hey, do you know anybody named Kanan? And he like, nah, not, he from the old hood, but he dead now, so don't even worry about it. So you dead, Kanan? Tariq just stupid. He been stupid the whole time. We do see Keisha come to Tommy's house, and she just kind of wants them out of her business. She does not want them running money through her shop anymore, because she was at the raid when they came to Tasha's house. So she's of course freaked out. And he like, look, we can't do this shit because the stuff isn't in Ghost's name, but if we start moving stuff around that's in his wife's name, it'll just draw red flags. We gotta leave it alone. Don't worry about it. I got you. Just calm down. You know what I'm saying? Ghost with his name not on there, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And then he like, don't worry, I'm going to protect you. I'm like, Keisha, for her to be from the hood, she too scary. I mean, she too jumpy about things that she just knows nothing about. I feel like she the hood girl who hang around all the hood people. She knew. Okay, she knew from Atlanta, from ATL. She knew means she be around the hood people, but she not really in the hood. I mean, she in the hood now because she live in the ghetto. But yeah, Keisha is not about that. She ain't about that life. So we then see how, you know, everyone's kind of discussing the case together. You know, Proctor talking to Ghost, and you know, Ghost thinks, you know, you should just introduce the fact that me and Angela was sleeping together in here, and that she framed me as payback for me breaking up with her. He's like, no, we can't do that, because if we put you on stage, they can ask you all kind of questions. You know, like, when did y'all have sex? You know, how often did y'all have sex? Did you know that she was dating so and so? You know, that you get mad about this and this? You know what I'm saying? Did you kill him? And then when Ghost said, you know, I would never kill a federal agent, he said, no, you mean you would never kill anyone? You know, why would you specify that you would not kill a federal agent? He like, again, if they catch you up in anything, you know what I'm saying, you basically hit. And I feel like my TV is on pause. And I don't want it to unpause. Oh no, it's on mute. Because if my TV unpause, it scares the crap out of me. Anyway, so he's saying that whole point. Because like, they'll paint you as her ex-lover who was jealous that she had moved on to her ex and went and killed him. So meanwhile, you got Sax, Sandoval, and John, who are also weighing the pros and cons of putting Angela on the stage about her and Ghost. And they're questioning her as well. We see how Proctor is questioning Ghost, and they're questioning Angela from two different angles. And on Angela's angles is a thing of, you know, were you ever on work hours sleeping with him? Did you ever use company money to, you know, this thing that she was doing? Like, did you ever slip him evidence of this and this and this? And he said you would just end up losing your career, because it would be on record that you were sleeping with a person who was in connection to other cases. You were going off while you were on work hours fucking him. So, you know, it would be a bad look for you. So they both kind of figure out, you know, well, for one, Adam, you can't be up here fucking and sucking some man on federal time and budget, and then he killed another agent, so you can't do that. So they both say, you know, we can't put y'all on the stand. So we see that whole thing. We do see Dre just basically having to run drugs through the club. You know, here's a whole thing of, you know, charge them for 2 bottles of champagne, only bring 1 bottle out, and then give them this matchbox, and the matchbox has pills in it. So, you know what I'm saying, he like, you know, we need to keep, you know, do this. And I feel like that's a way for him to also make money to pay Kanan. Okay. And then we see James call, because James has to keep people appearances as James. So, you know, he's like, oh, hey, James, like, hey, Andre, you know, I'm going to be here for a little bit of while. You know, what's going on? He like, well, you know, everything is going smoothly. I've been talking to these, you know, I've been handling everything. Like, it's all fine. And he like, well, okay, I might be here for a minute, so I just need you to, you know, keep a handle on things. And I'm like, but Dre, I feel like, don't put Dre in charge. Like, you should. I feel like when he got locked up, he should have said, Dre, put Tasha in charge. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't really know to trust Dre without you there. I would have put Tasha in charge of Dre, because Tasha gonna be on that ass. I think you left Dre unchecked for too long, and that's why the other shit happened. So we then see from there how Cristobal does not show up to get his product, which of course pissed Tommy off. Like, that's basically disrespect. And so Julio like, you know what I'm saying, I'm the distro, I'll handle it. He's like, well, all right, you know, just make sure that you do our organization good, because, you know what I'm saying, we can't allow any kind of disrespect. So when he meet up with Cristobal, I mean, it's all kind of disrespect. Cristobal like, I don't care, whatever, we late, I don't care, I had to go do something else. And when one of Tommy and Julio's guys like step to one of Cristobal's guys, because it's just disrespect, Cristobal's dude like punches them, and I'm like, this is a complete, Tommy would have killed all of them. Like, Tommy or Ghost would have killed them dead. And Julio kind of just, Cristobal stopped the fight, not Julio, and it should have been Julio. And so then Julio offered him more keys to coke to smooth it out. That ain't what Tommy would do. That ain't what Ghost would do. Because at the end of the day, Cristobal and his man was the one acting rude and reckless. So I'm looking like, you know what? This is just kind of, you know, they even called the boy a bitch. Called him a puta. And I'm looking like, that's real disrespectful. And Julio just didn't handle it how he should handle it. Let's say that he did not. So later on, you know, when Tommy see his boy And he got a black eye. Like, dude, what happened? He like, well, yeah, at the meet and greet or whatever, Cristobal said this and they called this and then happened and his boy swung got one off on me. And until Cristobal ended it. He like, Cristobal? He like, not Julio? He like, nah, it's Cristobal. So, of course, that pisses Tommy off still. But, you know what I'm saying? At this point, you're like, I need to let some steam off. So I'm like, where you gonna go? He's gonna go to the gun range. He's gonna go have a drink. Nope. He went to LaKeisha's house. Okay, he's at Keisha's house. I'm like, he done drove to the hood to go to see Keisha. And, her son isn't there. And he all in her refrigerator, like, in her fridge, like, I'm gonna need a favor. I'm gonna need to still run money out your shop. I know you don't like it. And, but I just need your help real quick or whatever. And that's just kind of what I need you to do if you can do that for me. Because I got your back. That's how you get mad. And I'm like, Keisha is so gullible to men in this particular aspect. Because she's like, okay, I guess so. And then they awkwardly, in my opinion, have sex. I am not here for Tommy and Keisha sex scenes. I'm not. I just don't like it. Cause I'm like, y'all in the kitchen having sex when she make her son's meals. Like, you all on the kitchen counter, the Cheerios be up on the counter, you know what I'm saying? She be cutting up eggs and sausages on the counter, and now her ass and your balls on the counter. It's just nasty, but it is what it is. So after they had sex, it's like the next morning, and she's like, we can't tell Tasha, cause Tasha takes everything that I have. This is when Keisha started showing her jealous streak. Okay, it's like she took Sean from me. She put herself into my shop, so my shop's kind of mad. He like, wait, Sean? She's like, Tasha was fucking Sean. So she let secrets out the bag. Okay, you don't tell your best friend's husband's best friend what your best friend did. Okay, no, you don't. But she, of course, told him that yeah, they was fucking around, but it was more of a get back for Ghost messing with Angela. But I'm like, technically it wasn't, because I think she slept with Sean before he slept with Angela, but it is neither here nor there. So Sean dead now, so it doesn't matter. So he just said, you know what? He kind of realized she is clingy or whatever. He kind of like, you know what? You're right. We can't tell Tasha, because I don't think he want Tasha to know, because he don't really want to be with her like that. So it was what it was. We do see Ghost is in jail, and he's sitting around minding his own business, eating his food, eating a biscuit, and then who walks up? A man named Biscuit. Okay, Biscuit walks up like he want James's biscuit. He want that man Biscuit, talking about your biscuit show looks succulent and you look pretty with those baby seal eyes. I'm looking like, baby seal eyes? Why did you look at that man in his eyes in the first place? And Ghost like, this motherfucker. So when Biscuit starts trying to touch his shoulder, and you know what I'm saying, and Ghost ain't for that shit, James St. Patrick goes out the window and Ghost kicks in, and Ghost really quickly breaks his wrist and breaks it. So when he does that, we then see Teresi, who's the old white man in prison, who I'm not gonna even hold y'all up and kind of and will the side. We know that Teresi is Tommy's daddy. Okay, I figured that out from the moment they kept introducing him in episode 1. We saw him a little bit in episode 1. We saw him in episode 2, and I think from the moment I saw him, I said, that's gonna be like Tommy daddy or something dumb like that. And it turns out it was. So I'm not gonna even spread it out. It's Tommy daddy, and we know it, so it is what it is. So at that point in time, we see he sees it happen. He say, Biscuit, get out of here. Go ahead on somewhere. And because he realized James St. Patrick isn't some innocent dude, because you snapped his wrist without even flinching, and it happened. So you can do some things. And so he like, well, whatever. We do see him later have a conversation with his wife, because his wife is sick and she needs medical treatment, but they can't afford it. They don't have the money for it. So he needs some money. Okay, he needs some money to pay our doctor, because he does not want her to die, and he loves his wife. He then have lawyers look into into Ghosts, and when they bring him back information, well, yeah, he's a drug. He's a what did they say? He is a businessman who used to run with somebody named Tommy Egan or whatever. And from the moment he heard the name Egan, he knew something. At that point, he looking into Tommy. So we don't have that whole thing. We do see the FBI, coming and busting up in truth with a search warrant. And when he does that, so was, of course, Sandoval was there. Donovan was there. I don't know if Mock or Sachs was there. But we do see Donovan there. And when they bust in there, Dre like, oh, you know, y'all gotta have a warrant. Well, here's our warrant. You know, cut the security cameras or whatever. We need to search the whole place. Sandoval instantly is looking for, he ahead of everybody else. He gone. He upstairs. He around the corner, whatever. He then quickly goes into the office, James's office, and he hides the gun in the bar in James's office, and he got kind of walk away as if he was never up there. So of course Donovan and them is not up in the office, searching for whatever, and then of course they found the gun. Like, up, we got something. So of course Sandoval was able to hide it, and no one was the wiser. Yeah. We do see Tasha and kids go see Ghost, and basically, you know, he like, I'm innocent, you know what I'm saying, I'll be home soon, I'm fighting it, you know, I love y'all, I'm so sorry that it happened. You know, he told Tariq, he told Tariq to be, you know, in the middle of the house and take care of his mom, you know, be respectful or whatever, and just, you know, be the man. But I'm like, little did he know, Tariq a goddamn drug addict right now, so, you know, doesn't really matter. And he just lets him know how much he loves them. So it was a cute little scene. We do see that they have a grand jury hearing where, you know, John, who is the head prosecutor, wants to charge Ghost with first degree, like premeditated murder, saying how James killed Knox on orders from Tommy, who killed Lobos, and they felt like he was getting close to them as well. So they think that Tommy is Ghost, and that he made James, so not knowing, no, James is Ghost. So Proctor then finds out that they're going for first degree murder for the crime or whatever. So he does meet up with Tommy. Like, you know, they're trying to make it seem as if you killed Lobos and you told Ghost to kill Knox. So if they get Ghost, they're gonna get you. So, you know, you got to keep a low profile. They can't catch you selling drugs, because if they catch you selling drugs, it proves their point. You gotta just kind of stay low key, don't do nothing, sit your ass down somewhere. And he like, this is the worst time for it to happen. You know, I got a shipment coming. He like, look, it doesn't matter. Just stop, okay? Just stop it altogether. Just stop it. So Tom like, you know, all right, but if I get arrested, I'm going to kill you. Just so you know. I'm like, Tommy's so crazy. Proctor does go talk to Ghost to tell him that, you know, you might need to snitch to save yourself. Like, you might need to give up Tommy in order to not go to jail. And Ghost like, ain't gonna happen. You know, at the end of the day, it's me and Tommy, and I ain't snitching. From there, we see how Tommy is the best lunatic ever. You know, he again was pissed off that Julio did not handle that whole Cristobal beef thing the right way. So he goes to Cristobal's boy, who was the drama field dude, and he makes him got his own car, and he says, run. I said, run. I'm gonna count. And he's like, you know, 1, 2, 10. And then he gets in the dude's car and he chases him down with his own car. Wow. Easy like Sunday morning is playing. And I'm looking like, and he's smiling as he's chasing the bandit. Tommy has this thing to where when he's inflicting what he calls revenge on someone, and he's like in the process of doing it, it makes him feel joyful, meaning he's the best lunatic ever. And so he did end up like running the guy over, breaking his legs or whatever, and then like leaving the car on top of him, saying, don't you ever disrespect my organization, you hear me? He was like, fine, get the fuck off. He was like, no, say it nicely. He was like, please get the fuck off me. He's like, all right, runs his ass over again, and then pulls off and leaves him bleeding in the middle of the street with both his legs broken. I'm looking like, he's the best lunatic ever. Okay, that's just what he does. So, you know, after speaking with Proctor and knowing I have to lay low, he goes home. So when he goes home, you know, he got his little muscle car, whatever. We see one of the agents put a tracker on his car. I feel like all drug dealers should check their car before they drive anywhere. Like, if you go to the Dairy Queen and you go in your car for like 2 seconds out of sight, when you get back in your car, make sure you no tracker. Like, there should be some kind of tracker. Like, you should be able to track if there's a tracker on your car. I just think, because you just never know who's tracking you. So, because again, Tommy had no idea they put a tracker on his car. When he goes upstairs, his mom pops up. He's called his mom over to tell her, you know, hey, I'm going to be doing something. I'm going to be laying low a little while. I need you to take my car. He was smart because he knew everyone knew his car. So I can't do business in my old car. I'm going to give it to my mom. Let her just park it. And so his mom has his car that has the tracker on it. But again, you should have some kind of tracker to see if there's a tracker on your goddamn car. So he ends up getting another car because he know some shit is in the water and I can't do what I need to do in my own car. So we see that. Angela then is talking to Sandoval, saying how, she does not believe that the gun they found is the gun. Like, Jamie isn't messy like that. He wouldn't do that. It just doesn't make any sense. And he like, look, it's his gun. It is what it is. We all think it's his, so we need to kind of move on from it because he know he put it there, and she knew from the moment they found it that something wasn't right. But she had not said anything yet. So she was trying to talk to him, but he kind of wasn't listening. Mock then come in like, he gonna be charged with murder 1, and if he gets convicted, he's gonna get, lethal injection. And she's like, I didn't know that you were going for lethal injection. He said, well, I put that up for every case to see if we can get it. He killed a federal agent. He deserves to get what he gets. At that point in time, we see how Proctor then tells Ghost it's murder 1, and if you get convicted, you're gonna die. And then we see Tasha also getting the news. If you get busted, he's gonna die. So they're all kind of having this face of total disbelief that he can die, like he can get the death penalty for a crime that he actually did not commit. But because he's guilty of so much other things, is it not right? I mean, it's not right because he didn't do this murder, but he's done others. So, what's what it was. Tasha then goes to check Angela. Like, you had my kids in your house. You ruined our family, whatever. I can't believe that you would, try to kill my kid's father. He didn't do this and your ass know it. And she's like, you know what? If you wasn't a cop, but I am. The person who fucked my husband, I would not care if you're a cop or not. I would be like, I didn't beat a cop's ass. I beat a sad chick's ass. I didn't beat up a federal agent. I fucked up the bitch who fucked my husband. Okay, I think there should be times where your job shouldn't dictate stuff when you do some messed up stuff. You slept with a married man and ruined our lives, and now he's on trial for a murder that he did not commit, and you knew he didn't do it. You know he didn't do it. You know he didn't do it. She said, he isn't messy enough to leave a gun at the club. You know that. But Angela is so blind about her, her hate at this point in time at the fact that he's dead, that Knox is dead, that she's blinded to the fact that this doesn't match how Ghost operates in the first place. She's like, when I first met Jamie, I had a boyfriend. That boyfriend was, Knox, which Tasha didn't know. And Tasha is consistently giving information from Angela or other people that Ghost has not told her. So she is shocked for like a split second. She's like, whatever, it doesn't matter because he didn't do it. And then we have Angela saying, for what it's worth, I wish I never even met him that night. Bitch, me too. Okay? We do too. Okay? He just trouble. We then see how Kanan kind of pops up on Dre. Because when Tariq asked him earlier, have you heard of Kanan? Kanan assumed that name came from Dre, but it didn't. So he kind of just hemmed Dre up, like I'm saying, choke style, like, keep your mouth shut. He shouldn't be asking me these questions. And he's like, look, I didn't bring your name up. I don't know what happened, but you're not even supposed to be around him in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying you to stay away from him. He's like, well, no, at this point, you've made so many enemies that you don't have any friends. So, at this point, you're not paying me to stay away from Tariq. You're paying me to keep you alive. I said, well, goddamn it. Ain't that some shit? Okay. We then see Ghost call Tommy at the end to, even let him know, hey, if I get convicted, what I'm saying, I get lethal injection, I get the needle. And he like, you don't sound too good. He like, yeah, I'm not, what I'm saying. He then says, help me. And help me is the same thing that Tommy said to Ghost in season 3 when Tommy killed Holly and Ghost came to his aid after they was beefed out. So this was Ghost's turn to ask Tommy to help me. And he's like, what do you need? He said, I just need you to take care of my family. Like, what I'm saying, I got you, brother. And that's how it goes off. So, it was a good episode. So that's it. Any comments you have, put below. I will be reviewing episodes 3 and 4 tonight as well. So until next time, people, peace.